in regarding Ultratech and that the amount offers to creditor panel as per the resolution. I think it's an update on the Binani Cement takeover. Vivek is now joining us. Vivek, have you managed to read the press release? What essentially has Ultratech told as of now?
Well, Pankaj, this is extremely concerning given the fact that just a couple of days back, the COC actually went ahead and announced that Dalmia Cement, with its lower bid of close to 6,200 crore rupees, is actually the winner of the assets as far as Binani Cement is concerned. But what is actually a new twist to this entire case? Ultratech has gone ahead and given a letter to the exchanges where they've actually said that the parent company of Binani Cement, that is Binani Industries, has actually approached Ultratech Cement and has asked Ultratech Cement to give a letter of comfort to the lenders, about the overall debt situation. Now, what this basically means is that, this is actually quite controversial and, frankly speaking, a little tough to understand as to who has actually got and won the assets as far as Binani Cement is concerned. Given that this particular letter actually means, the most basic simple explanation is that Ultratech Cement would now be taking over the assets of Binani Cement. But however, what is actually happened is that Ultratech has actually gone ahead and told Binani Industries that they would be giving the letter of comfort as far as what the NCLT requirements are. So as of right now, it's quite confusing, and we'll be looking forward to get industry experts on this particular information to actually understand what is the current status as far as Binani Cement's assets are concerned. Back to you.
Vivek, isn't this NCLT thing getting quite interesting? We have news flow regarding SR getting rebidding again today. We have news flow from Ultratech, which is pointing out that why Dalmia Bharat has been given despite a higher bid. We all know that issues regarding some of the other assets like Bhushan Steel and Power have been going on. Don't you think it's getting interesting day by day what essentially is coming out of every NCLT bid?
Well, absolutely right, Pankaj. Pankaj, the most interesting thing and the most concerning thing is the fact that there has not been any transparency as far as the entire bidding process is concerned. So what we understand is that Dalmia Bharat had a bid of close to 6,200 crore rupees, which was quite similar to what Ultratech Cement had. But Ultratech Cement later on actually went ahead and raised its bids by almost 700 crore rupees to close to 7,000. Now, in the ideal case scenario, Ultratech should have been, the winner of Binani assets simply due to the fact that it was the highest bidder. But what we actually came to know is the fact that the COC actually preferred Dalmia Bharat Cement, and Ultratech Cement, even though it went and asked for a lot of clarification as to why it got rejected, even though it was the higher bid, the fact is that it didn't get a satisfactory response, due to which it has approached, the various agencies. So it is getting very interesting and it's getting quite murky. But it'll be interesting to see at the end of the day who actually gets the bids and what actually happens as far as Binani Cement is concerned. But one thing is certain that, Binani Cement's assets are quite lucrative, and there has been extreme aggressive bidding as far as the cement assets are concerned of Binani.
That's right. There's clearly a big race on for Binani Cement. I don't know if you can call it lack of transparency or things getting murky. This is a corporate war that is on to, bag good assets, assets which are cash rich, or companies with good balance sheet see value in. Ultratech clearly had its sight set on this, but it did suffer a setback, whether it was at the CCI earlier, and now this is also panning out. And like Pankaj was also talking about, you're seeing all of these races actually heating up when it comes to these stressed assets. Liberty House submitting a bid.
Right, Nandara, I just wanted to ask you, you've been on the story regarding Bhushan Power and what's happening with the assets over there. We today have a news flow regarding SR and the rebidding over there, which could happen, which has come into the papers. Can you just tell us that this NCLT thing, it needs, it needs to, it's going to get interesting as big assets try to come via NCLT and there are bidders for it. Every asset that is being sold is having some sort of issues here and there?
FYI, I'd just like to clarify that even before it came in the papers, it was ET Now that had reported that SR Steel may be rebid and new bids might be invited for it. The two bidders in question in that instance, Ellen Mittal's ArcelorMittal, as well as New Metal, which has Revant Ruia, the son of the founder of SR, as a minority investor. Is it clearly above board? Are there loopholes that are taking place? Do you really want to give a company to an entity which was a promoter in another NPA? That was in the case of ArcelorMittal. In the case of the SR founder's son being part of New Metal. Is that fair? So legal opinions being sought. It's a new law that's come in the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. Clearly, the government was under pressure to come out with a new code to break bad debt, get the economy reviving, get the credit offtake to increase, etc. Solve the banking problem once and for all. I don't think they foresaw this kind of a situation. So, and also, will we see new clarifications to the IBC, which could distort the level playing field? Yes, there was a meeting of and recommendations that had been made to the government on the 10th of March. But the minute you accept those, you distort the level playing field, because those that have already started liquidation or have agreed to certain bids, you will give those promoters and those directors of companies to come back and say we were treated unfairly. So it is certainly a tough position for the government to be in, and a tough position for the banks to be in. And I'm guessing in each and every instance, the Committee of Creditors will seek a legal opinion. The government is trying to keep an arm's length distance, which is perhaps also why you're going to see the rebid for SR Steel, which even Cyril Amarchand, the lawyer on board for that bidding process, has recommended. So clearly, the race is heating up, which is fantastic news for news channels. We get more stories to report. But with that, let's take a short commercial break. We'll be back in less than 2 minutes.